test you. Never let a bitch. Never let these niggas test you. Never let a bitch with good pussy stress you. Shot the corner boy P for them jet lessons. And if them boys ain't heard, I'm about to reset you. Blow the cartridge, partner. Tournaments up. Keep talking, partner. We gon' ornament you. Ain't playing around or saying I ever did, but like this watch on my wrist, motherfucker, it's my time. I die for my respect, but I'm just trying to live my life. Learn how to deal with death, try and learn how to feel alive. And I know wrong from right, but all them wrongs kept me right. Plus all the shit that I be seeing in my dreams won't let me sleep at night. How my sister had the same vision, why would she lie? Won't even get that deep, cheeks wet from my eyes, yeah. Pleasure's absence is normal, that's pain, my G. Just gotta thug it out, maintain my G. I got this cup of drink in me. Don't know if it's love or hate with me. Pleasure's absence is normal, that's pain, my G. Just gotta thug it out, maintain my G. I got this cup of drink in me. Don't know if it's love or hate with me. Almost took myself out the game, homie, and called it quits. Cause everything seemed phony, couldn't call this shit. And wasn't nobody answering me anyway. Make sure it stay that way when I'm having. Now ain't that all the bitch? The ones you grew up hooping with ain't who you ballin' with. Motherfuckers I counted on turn counterfeit. Blood thicker than water, only in certain cases. You need water to live, you learn that in the basics. Word to Styles P, shit get dehydrated on some Bobby Boucher shit. Then you came in and became my whole globe. I'd like to thank you for that love. It's been high quality H2O. Yeah.
Hey yo, let me talk my shit. Yeah. Where we go one, we go all. Bitch, check it. Your favorite rapper probably a rapist. That nigga Bill Gates is a sadist. Obama was the first gay president. Michelle is a man, that's evident. Yeah, that's why they killed Joan Rivers. And you thinking I'm a nigga till you only see the trigger. Blah, blah, nigga, that's fat. Listen, I'm stupid, I don't know how to act. Oprah tried to sell out Michael. That's why I'm on this track going psycho. They killed Nipsey, they killed Sabi. Are those correlated? I think maybe. But they thinking it's a theory though. That's why they wear the mask looking really slow. They yelling at you, telling you to do it. You ain't even know you looking stupid. And they thinking that I'm real mean. That's why you gonna take them vaccines. This a pandemic that's obviously kill Dylan Roof, free Cosby. BLM a joke, literally though, I'ma just fill their heads with hope. George Floyd death, that whole shit a psyop. He ain't even dead, that nigga a Libra. That's a Libra who lie and I'm fly. I'ma freestyle the rest of this track till I die. I'm tired of being lied to, I just tell the truth. They twist my words, even though I'm the proof. Like I ain't got nothing to lose, and I ain't got nothing to do. So I'ma tell this to you, the truth. Look, BBC line to you, CNN line to you, CIA and the NSA still spying on you. Ain't nothing changed from the days they lynched niggas. LeBron James called Karen a bitch, he's still a nigga. And that's a long way from Emmett Till. But they killing, stealing, dealing niggas still. First they rigged the vote, then they rigged the trial. Kicked Trump out, then you elected a pedophile. And Kamala Harris is the devil. Lock more niggas up than the beach got pebbles. Why Edward Snowden a flight risk? Why Will Smith on that flight list? The day I wrote part 1, almost lost my life. Walked out that car crash like shit, that's life. Ain't nobody like this on the mic. And the world still ain't shit like Tom Hanks a pedophile, Weinstein a pedophile, Epstein still alive, the media still telling lies. And it's like, what's the value of telling the truth when it's censored and blocked even when you show the proof? They tell me I'm a theorist and I'm like, so I'd rather be a theorist than a sheep like, yo. My mind critically thinking, your mind critically drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm too paid, you fake toupee. Can't nobody fuck with me. COVID-19, it's the 2020 Tuskegee. Meg never snitched on Tory, Tory never shot Meg. End of story. 6ix9ine snitched in the year of the rat. They sacrificed Kobe, now you're all wearing masks. Look at how they jipping you. First they make the virus, then they put them chips in you. It's like they think we scared to tell the truth. Yeah. Rest in peace, Isaac Cappy. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Mercury and Aquarius transit talk. This is your host, the Peace Dealer. And I hope you enjoy this transit talk. I would like for you to look at March 2nd, right before the full moon in Virgo, where we're going to see, shout out to Miss Kiki, not only the moon making a perfect opening trine to the sun, but we're also going to witness before Saturn enters Pisces, Mercury in Aquarius. Yeah, the hot Empress and Christian Dixie, both of you mentioned that you paid, but I did not receive anything. So I want to make sure you sent it to the right place. I didn't get anything on Super Chat. The only thing I received was from David. Unless it didn't get updated. Let me look at my Cash App. I don't know if you sent it from PayPal, but yeah, only received anything from David. Let me just update real quick to see. Yeah, I only received the only other thing I received was Stephanie, and thank you. I got Stephanie Stringer. I got your chart for anyone that would like a live tarot reading or a live Mercury and Aquarius transit talk. If you click the description box below, you will be able to join ZQ, where $40 minimum. I will read and interpret Mercury. Other than that, yeah, the hot Empress, I did not receive a Cash App. So please make sure you paid to the right one. It's just Christian Dixie also asked me earlier that he wondered why I didn't pay. So I think the money sent, but I didn't receive anything. I haven't received a notification. So I'm not sure if perhaps it's like a loading error. Oh, I see. Pending. They're both pending. I see 2 pending payments right now. And that's why. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Why is it pending? That's so interesting. Yeah, Brittany, I see you, and King and CDX, I see you. So I'll pull for you here. But what's really interesting, I'm not sure why it's pending though. Okay, regardless, I got y'all. Thank you for your patience. So, um, no, the hot Empress, I got you. I just never got notified. I didn't look actually at it. For some reason, it says pending, but it did go. So Christian Dixie and Brittany, I'm gonna pull for you guys here too. Okay. Talk about some inner fur. Let me get back on here. Sweet. All right. That's really interesting. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna keep Cash App open. I don't know if maybe it's like a payment block or something like that. But yeah, there we go. See, Matt and Jocelyn. This is weird. So I did not get notified, but now I'm looking at the Cash App and I see it. I see it. So just something to keep in mind. I'm just gonna update this. If anyone knows why it might be pending for me and why it's waiting, but whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is. So Jocelyn, Matt, Christian, Brittany, I got you. And yeah, I'll try restarting my phone. No. It's not the phone because my email, I usually get email notifications. Like when David sent me his, I got an email first. They're not coming up on the email. It's like the actual app, I guess, is just delaying the payment, which is super weird. But if you send it on Cash App, I'm gonna refresh the Cash app and I'll be able to see it. For those of you who want a Mercury transit, then minimum for that is 40. And Stephanie, I'm gonna start with you. And yeah, so with that being said, I think you want to be very excited about this transit. I'm going to really, of course, bring this theme and message of just being excited regardless. But personally, you know, so it's been acting funny, okay, because David isn't a contact, but it didn't do it to David. So I don't think that's the issue. But personally, yeah, we do see, of course, this fantastic final conjunction of Mercury and Saturn here with Pluto there and Venus already humping Jupiter. What a reunion. This is getting ready to transcend everything you've ever known. Like this is this anime or movie trope where everything you've ever known, the universe just proves to you it wasn't shit. It's like you know in a movie, Doctor Strange. Perfect. I was thinking Black Panther. I don't know. I'm mad that I have Marvel references. I wish I had more obscure references. But like I was thinking Shuri, where like Shuri was just kind of clown. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Dreaming with Tess. Thank you very much. I got you on the astrology. Let me see if I can pull that up. But you know how like Shuri was just kind of low key throwing shade, like, oh, you don't even know this type of science. Like that's basically what the universe is. Your higher self is gonna do this to you, and you probably might be an extension of your higher self doing this to other people too. But basically, and yeah, you will. You're unconsciously going to do this to people. Jay Fabulous, thank you very much. Thank you for putting the sun, moon, and rising. That is ideal. That will really do it for me. Okay, so let me pull that up. Basically, the 12th house nature of Aquarius to Pisces is the transcendence of what we are releasing old knowledge. We are ending that cycle to where now that we're starting the new cycle, it's like you've updated an iPhone and now, yeah, you are at the creme de la creme of top, but now there's a new version. And so now we have to update that new version. So in one sense, it's updating once a year what we do, the knowledge we do, but cyclically with Pluto here, this is only going to be disappointing if you gave a fuck about history. If you really gave a fuck about everything, don't excuse my language. If you really gave a fuck about Cheza, I got you, please. For those of you who sent me this, Tessa, I got your chart. Please send me your chart, sun, moon, or rising. Cheza, I got your chart. Thank you so much. Thank you so fucking much. Okay. I'm gonna go in. All right. Thank you very much. So basically, for those of you who gave a single fuck about what you were taught and told, we don't have to really put a conspiracy bent. Not that there aren't conspiracies, but we don't have to. This is purely objective. So we don't have to put a bent to where they didn't teach you right. Even if they taught you right, you are now reaching the precipice of wisdom that is beyond everything you've ever known. But the mystery of this is it's been a part of you your entire existence. Oh, this shit's gonna get weird as fuck. I want this to be the weirdest transit talk because you're literally all Mercury and Aquarius. You're remembering stuff about yourself for the first time. That's how weird you are. You are accepting facets of your own being that you're processing with your own brain that you're experiencing for the first time. It's like you're back for the first time. Shit don't make no sense. Just like you. And this is getting ready to take everything that you have ever known and take it to the next level. So, this is why I want you to be super excited about this transit, because this is the transit you didn't know what you were waiting for. Mercury and Pisces. But this is the setup to this. In that, at this stage, if this following statement applies to you, please comment an exclamation mark. At this stage, you are aware of the knowledge of your power. You actually know what it is more than you've ever known. Can you communicate it to people? Fuck no. You still do you know the details of how to actually process it and make sense of it with your brain? Nah. So comment exclamation mark if you know, but you don't know. Like you know, but can you like make sense of it and talk about it? No. But do you know? Yeah. Can you point in the right direction? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But can you really put it into words? Ha! Like if someone asks, okay, so do you know? Yes. How do you know? How do I know? Welcome to if you commented an exclamation mark, congratulations. You finna no. That's the Mercury. The Mercury is just facilitating everything your son was aware of. Like, I know now. And now Mercury is coming. This is how I know now. Oh, this is how I know now. You're literally revisiting everything you've ever known, but literally with the filter of your evolved self. It's like you are processing an experience that traumatized you at 5 years old. And now your 35, 65, 25-year-old self is laughing at it like, ah, I can't believe I let this traumatize me for years. Like your knowledge of this is almost like an alien that actually knows what the fuck happened. And it's not just like taking your power back, but this is literally putting you in the preparation for fully intertwining with the gnosis of not only who you've always been, but what magic you are currently facilitating in order to step into this new world with. And so the reason why I have to say it like this, nice, is as follows. Basically, Aquarius season put you in a position to realistically come into the book smart knowledge of everything that constitutes the instruction manual of your consciousness. And now Pisces season, you're no longer fixed learning from a teacher, you're in the field experiencing it. And so I'm just so grateful that this is confirming for you, because if you put an exclamation mark, you're literally in the process right now of coming into the full and total knowledge, coming into March 2nd on Saturn. That's what Mercury on Saturn means. We're ending the transit at the full peak realization of transcendence of everything we know on Saturn, coming into the total knowledge where it literally all clicks. This is another NZT like experience. And behind Pisces of the sun, you're so busy. The feel of this is literally like you just graduated college and now you were studying to be an engineer, or you were studying to be an MA, and now you are in the actual nurse's office, you're in the doctor's office, and now you are experiencing taking care of a patient. And now everything that you ever learned and read about being an MA, your knowledge of that is transcended because you're in the experience. You're not just learning and reading it, you're not getting tested on it, you're actually doing it. Now you're like, what the fuck? They didn't teach us about this. Oh, I didn't need to know this. Okay, this was actually right. Oh, I read about this. Oh, when I was reading about this, I thought it would be like this, but now I'm actually experiencing it. It's like this. This is literally the final stage that is turning conscious competence into unconscious competence. Now apply that, but with your supernatural abilities and powers. Ladies and gentlemen, the level of synchronization that you're going through is probably so uncomfortable for you that it's forcing you to accept unseen aspects of yourself that have been guiding you since you were a 2-year-old toddler, sucking milk out of your mother's breaths. Unless you were weaned by then, or you never drank milk from your mom's tits. But regardless, I'm just so grateful that you're even alive for this. Because what's very, 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 very understated is the whole notion of you coming into this blank being drawn about how to make sense of this. The fact, remember, Pisces and Aquarius aren't even real. Like these, one is a frequency, the other is a vibration. The frequency of Aquarius manifests the vibration. These are existential concepts within our experience that represents everything beyond the physical. So the fact, every single one of you that commented an exclamation mark, I don't think you know you're dangerous. Like you wonder why it's hard for some of you. It's not hard for some of you to understand, but it's hard for some of you to understand why you would be a target of certain intelligence agencies. And yet you just casually admitted that you are aware of the higher advanced collective knowledge that advances the state of your consciousness in light of synchronicities and actual receipts that can back up this advanced state of consciousness that science would call science fiction. So the fact that you are aware of the gap between what you currently know and how to know it, you're not even supposed to know. Listen, this is the 12th house to the Pisces. Once Mercury goes into Pisces, you're now applying all of this transcendent knowledge in the experience. And then stuff is going to just appear hidden in plain sight. Once Mercury goes into Pisces, it's literally like you it's not even like you took NZT. It's going to be like a sci-fi thriller where things that are in plain sight will come alive to you. And it's going to be like, that was there the whole time? That was there the whole time? This was on my face the whole time? I'm alive? Like really weird shit. When we dosed. And so this is preparing the logical structure of your neural pathways to insert you into this wonderland and rabbit hole that you're going to need this knowledgeable processing ability to at least have some wherewithal to color all the way outside the lines. Yes, this is available for rewatch. Transit talks are for the people. And I'm going to be putting these on podcasts. But once again, you know, the reason why you want to get excited about this is you do this every year. Every year, by the time Mercury comes around this area, you release through Pisces before you personify again the advent and nature of how you direct your brain's processing power. But relative to this year, this is the first time in 30 years Saturn has been here. And so the nature of how you're going to link your brain's processing ability to the harnessing of your energy is what's going to make this feel supernatural. But I do want to maintain the fact that this is 12th house to the sun in Pisces. You're not even supposed to know this. You're not even supposed to know this. You're not even supposed to fucking know this. This is so very fucking important because with Neptune that is being manifested by this collective systematic structure, elements of your physiology, anatomy, and biology were kept secret to you your whole life. So you are perpetually being gaslighted by your culture, society, infrastructure, entertainment. It doesn't matter if you talk to people who are like, wow, this could be true. The infrastructure that you're in does not actively acknowledge this extra dimensional facet of yourself. And that's for the purpose of not being able to integrate that. That's why it feels like, what am I missing here? Why is it that I can't make sense of it? You are already by this point in period supposed to be facilitated with the infrastructure and education and entertainment around you, the truth. But not only are you being fed bullshit, and then being placed layers in your infrastructure to actively disrupt the extra dimensional connection between your higher self. Like if you were to see it energetically, there's a pipeline between your higher self and you. And it's almost as if in between the fallen angels and all these evil forces disrupt that pipeline, as above, so below, by inverting it and gaslighting you so that you almost don't feel sure of your intuition and inner world. It's almost as if the reflection of that mirror is being distorted. So you're not even supposed to notice this. This reflects every year around this period relative to the propaganda you see that perpetually distracts you in this period of the winter before spring, where your soul literally resurrects. If we take that analogy of the sun. So the fact that you're aware of it, you're dangerous. You're a divergent of some capability. The first thing that I have to really make sure we're clear of is you're not even supposed to be aware of this. So if you are even feeling this, you have to pat yourself on the back, because this really speaks to the nature of advanced understanding that most or some other people would just attribute to some mental illness to which they need some suppressant to basically avoid and escape this reality. There is a reality outside the reality you are experiencing right now. And as you're in between worlds, many of you have been championing the expression of this external reality that's been inside you the whole time. And so the reason why this is very controversial is this period of time is where this illusion is dispelling. Furthermore, I'm almost very, 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 very convinced that some of you are these actual divergents and incarnated god, goddesses, king, queens, wizards, witches that are actively glitching this system. You'll know because you have heavy or you have prominent Aquarius, Capricorn, or Pisces energy, or Sagittarius. Any of you with like God level energy, you're busting the matrix. If you're born 86, 87, I know you're doing that. So like the reason why this is, especially if you have Uranus and Saturn, your target. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, there's nothing you can't do. Everything you do is going to bust the system. But the thing that's even deeper than this is, from birth, the collective nature of this deception was able to exploit the multifaceted layer of this illusion. You are now more than ever on the verge of breaking through it forever, which, if it was just you, that really wouldn't matter. The fact that you're breaking through this is going to realistically open the doorway for other people being deceived to kind of break through this illusion too, is what 100,000% makes you dangerous. I haven't even gotten into the main message of this transit talk. I can't until we make sure we're clear right now as we speak, because this transit is going from February 12th to March 2nd. And we are kind of in the middle right now. And this starts at the beginning of Aquarius season and it ends at the beginning of Pisces season. It starts at the end of Aquarius and ends at the beginning of Pisces, or like the middle of Pisces. Yeah, pretty much second decade. So as of now that Mercury is in the middle 17 degrees of Aquarius, you are literally on the verge of completing the harvest of, how do I even say this? Because everything that I'm wanting to tell you is supernatural, outside of the realm of what colloquially we consider normal. And let me give you an idea of that. Right now, this is March 2nd at the end of the transit, right? But if we look right now, where is Mercury? Mercury is 17 degrees square Uranus. Can I invite you to understand how extraordinarily advanced and ridiculous that is? We're only talking about the processing of your brain facilitated by the multi-individual auto-nervous processes and synapses your brain connects so you can do all this freaky shit with your body. But like your sun is just the awareness. The reason that your brain can be like, that's a webcam, that's a mic. If I didn't have Mercury, I would be a baby right now. I'd just be like, ah, 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 ah. But I have fucking sense. I have Mercury. Oh, nuance, social nuance. I'm talking, I'm communicating, I'm inputting, outputting. Mercury does so fucking much. Words, symbols, like my ability to discern and delineate what each and everything is within that awareness, that's all Mercury. And we didn't even get into Venus, which is you're giving and receiving. Like every representation is cool, but let's respect Mercury here, because Mercury is the reason why you make sense and know anything. Otherwise, you would just be experiencing shit. So the quality of your ability to experience relative to the potential of your processing has leveled up infinity fold. And the reason I want to reference this is the aspect to Uranus in the extra dimensional manifestation, thank you, Christina, of your senses' ability to process information in a supernatural way through the clair senses is what's being represented by Uranus and Taurus. And that's me. That explanation only explains like 10% of it. It's way deeper than that because Uranus rules Aquarius. So let's go back in time in this makeshift peace mobile. If we go back 6 months, we know that Mercury was in Virgo. If we go back 6 months before then, we know that Mercury was back in Aquarius. Damn. So if we go fucking 3 months, because Mercury be moving. Damn. Mercury be moving. That is crazy. Mercury moves so goddamn fast, just as quickly as your brain processes everything. So you could be breathing while your heart pumps blood. Like, it's not just your brain. Oh, yeah, Mercury retrograded in Taurus too. Oh, you're adorable. But all from Gemini. Oh, yeah, it retrograded in Libra too. Okay, guys. So you see that right there? You see April 20th? I want you to really kind of examine where you were April 20th. I'm not going to front. I'm not really going to front. Meditate on that. Meditate on that. Meditate on, we're going to actually break this cycle down, because right now that Mercury is 17 degrees, we are completing that cycle. We've harvested the ability for you to extend the depth of how brilliantly your brain can process through your clair senses, which is an entirely subatomic subtle process. So like, you're not supposed to be aware of this. Case in point, right now, are you aware of how your brain is auto-nervously causing your heart to pump? Okay, this is how hard some of you are being on yourself. It's still going to take a while before we're like, you're levitating now, but it's still going to take a while before you notice this process. That being said, some of you are so advanced, you notice this process and you're freaks. And I'm judging you for being so fucking psychic. Cool. You're probably an ascended master helping people through this, but it's not normal that you can do what you can do, whatever the fuck normal is. All I'm going to say is this conjunction in alignment with the nodes is a conjunction that your brain has done cyclically every year, emphasized more since the early 2010s or the late 2010s when Uranus entered Taurus, because we did this before in Aries. When we were in the 2010s and we had Mercury in Aries going through the last decade, this was adding more authenticity to how comfortable you are awakening to who you are, saying things and doing things that accentuate this super self that now that it's in Taurus, you're manifesting the branding of, but most importantly, the physiology of. So every year that we have Mercury conjunct Uranus is not only significant, this is the year that once we move forward, you're going to actively notice more of the synchronization. Because once Mercury, I'll show you, once Mercury comes around this period in about a year from now, mind you, we did not start the transit talk yet. I'm still prefacing it. This is how crazy this shit is. Once Mercury comes back here, April of 2023, look, Pluto is in Aquarius, Saturn is in Pisces, and Jupiter is getting ready to go back into Taurus after 12 years. So moving forward from 2023, you know what that sign means. You're actively controlling your superpowers. We've stepped into this Pluto Aquarius threshold. So this is, you're no longer dealing with a mind body disconnect because the outer planets were transiting Earth. This is that turning point to where we still have more to download in our body, but now your capacity to actively like be synchronized with this is it. So that's why I wanted to highlight this, because last year in 2022 we had Mercury starting that cycle in Uranus, which now accentuated relative to previous cycles a deeper strengthening, especially in connection to Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces, which expanded the nature of how much more you can imagine. An expansion of Jupiter and Neptune is like watching a cartoon that introduces new concepts that you didn't even know you can imagine. And now this is going to enhance your clear senses of how you can stretch your imagination out with your physical senses. Now, listen, if Taurus is the five senses of smell, sight, touch, Uranus in Taurus adds an extra dimensional quality to the connection of your causal mind, which is not your physical brain, but your mind's connection to every single other possibility in every other dimension, the causal state of your mind that's pure outside of the variable of analysis. It's the true part of your mind. This is now adding psychic smell, psychic sight, claircognizance. Okay. It's something that's not specific to Uranus, but now every time Mercury comes here, we come through. So when Mercury went into, of course, Leo post retrograde, can't forget the retrograde. This was the process now in July that broke those seeds you planted out the ground. This was before the Mars retrograde. That initial Mercury retrograde was reevaluating how you think about what you're sensing, because you were more psychic, you were more synchronized, you were able to intuit things quicker. At that stage, at 2022 was a milestone relative to 10 years ago, since 2010 versus 2020 and 2022, or 12 years ago, where now when you think of things, they manifest that much quicker. So now this eccentric quality of your own unique way of processing brain function coming into July post retrograde enabled you to begin to integrate this and how you apply this socially with other people. How creatively can you perform this? Cool. Because then we went to the harvest of this, which was freaking gnarly. And not only gnarly, but also very challenging. Mind you, we had the second retrograde. So that took the first retrograde about how you reevaluated, like, oh shit, I'm so much more psychic. You did the same thing, but with other people. Like, look, guys, we're so much more psychic. People at this point by September are sharing synchronicities with you at a heightened quality and finishing your sentence synchronicities. So like you're having a synchro, they're texting you with. And that's just a shitty example of a very unconventional dynamic that I'm doing my best to explain. But once we stepped into November, son, that full moon was so crucial, because this completed the Nord Stream pipeline. This completed the pipeline into you officially striking oil. This is what connected you with the pure context and pure energy to complete that conjunction of the cycle that we just had in November. This is where you struck oil. You didn't know yet the quality of the oil you just struck because, of course, from November to now, you just completed the process of harvesting it. Now, as we speak, and this is another indicator, you're coming to the knowledge of it, you are coming into the knowledge of the quality of your brain's ability to process the supernatural. What is the oil you struck? What kind of oil is it? Literally right now. And I literally mean right now, because this 17 degrees to 15, you have now stepped into the 270 degrees. So what's going to happen from Mercury in 17 degrees to Mercury 17 degrees Pisces is you actively stepping into the 11th house aspect of this. We're going from 10th house, bro, and I love it because this is the period where everything comes together and makes all the sense in the world. This is now going from 10th house to the 11th house. Do you know why you want to be excited about that? 10th house to 11th house is you now coming into the mastery and the completion of everything you harvested in the form of knowing what the fuck you're doing and knowing why you did it. Aquarius and Pisces. And the 11th house aspect coming into Aries is going to have you come into the rewards of this. What does this mean? That means collectively, you are performing feats with the knowledge of your brain that take you to a transcendent level. You've harvested your brain's ability to process the supernatural, and now you're putting yourself in experiences that bring your brain to the highest level through what you're doing. You're understanding and knowing things at that final level. And I'm so grateful that this is confirmed. If this is confirming with you, I'm just a mirror to you. Like, you have done so much important work, because to make sense of this information is a legitimate struggle. You are dealing with dark forces who do not want you to know this. So there's so many layers of gaslighting and manipulation and deception that you're just kicking ass against. Listen. The fact that you're even aware of this and this makes sense to you, you have to understand that there's certain people who I may say this to, this may not make sense to them. And it's not necessarily their fault versus their inability to see through this illusion. You clearly exist beyond this illusion. That's why you're able to perceive. I'm not even telling you anything that's new to you. You just manifested me for this confirmation. That's why you're here. So I just want to I just want to help you get excited about this, because what this is akin to is you're not basic. You're not basic at all. So some of you had to kind of allow time. I'm not going to say wait. Some of you had to allow time to download this collective knowledge. Certain people have individual karma, so they just have to download stuff that pertains to them. And the pro of that is they don't have to wait for the collective. They can get it and they can move. They don't have as much power as socials and collectives. So if we do socials, some of you have Saturn or outer planets in Leo, Scorpio, Virgo, Libra. So you kind of have the best of both worlds, because you have to wait, but you don't have to wait that much. You download the information to yourself and the environment around you, boom, you can go. So even if the rest of the world doesn't get it, the environment around you gets it. And so you do a lot more than just the people focusing for self. But it's some people prefer that because it's in the middle. Then you have most of y'all born after the late 80s, okay, or the mid 80s with Saturn or Uranus and Sag, Aquarius, Cap, Pisces. Y'all have a 30-year waiting span. The exception of is if you're Pluto Sag and you have Uranus and Neptune in Aquarius, then you get it in installments. You are already born advanced, so you get it in like installments. But y'all still don't play yourselves. Y'all are so advanced. So you got, if you're born after 95, 2030 minimum. You're not gonna come into a total understanding until minimum 2030. But you're fucking advanced. So you're going to gain installments. Like, and that's not even fair. Like, you're so genius. The rest of y'all with the cap energy, 30 years minimum, especially Pluto Libras, Saturn, Scorpio. You have had to wait for the collective to catch up to where you're at, because you downloaded your individual stuff instantly, but then you had to practice it socially. And like, if you were to move forward, then you would be advancing at a rate that what you're teaching, the collective hasn't caught up to. So you're not going anywhere. Can't do anything with that. So like, many of you were stuck in this purgatory-esque feeling where you feel, you look at other people and you see them advancing and it's like, why am I not going anywhere? You are going somewhere. It's just their wavelength is vloop, 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 vloop. Some people have vloop, vloop. Your wavelength is you didn't even go through the crest yet because you didn't come here for basic shit. Some people came here for basic shit. Some people were like, look, I don't plan to be here long. I'm going to do this, this, and that and go on to the next reality. So that's why they're like, while you're doing this, they did zoom, zoom, zoom. And you came here for super great things. You didn't come here to just fuck around. Some of you leaving legacies and shit. Some of you, thank you. Like, so it's taking some time. Yeah, it's taking some time because you got a lot of knowledge. You're downloading your own genetic code. And some of you are frustrated that it's taking a while. You can rush greatness, but like this shit, you know what I'm saying? You had to go through many experiences just to facilitate the subconscious memory of it and whatever. So the reason why this is such an amazing period is you're done. You're fine. Saturn and Aquarius is saying we're done loading. There's still more loading, but you're done loading. So it's cool. It's that weird mid space where you finished loading what you're loading, but you're still now you're uploading. You know how you finish downloading, but now you click it and now it has to upload, but you finish down. We're in that space right now. So it's like, oh, you feel the quality, but you still got to experience the new program in a new world. Okay? Y'all, this is an amazing feeling because the thing about this too, especially concerning this, is the one who really said this so well, Teal Swan, said that when you're out of alignment, it's gonna feel like other people are passing you. But once you're in alignment, everything moves fast. So the thing is, what a lot of you are realizing is you had this long tro, but and once you kind of tap into this inner world, it was hard for some of you to let go because some of you knew what that meant. You're like, if I tap into my vibration and frequency, it's almost as if everyone else is going to move beyond me, or, you'll lose yourself. But what you're realizing is their pacing is going to take them to a place that your pacing is going to bring you to your own great place. Example of this is like Joseph. Like Joseph, with his pacing, ended up being at the highest level of Egypt, right? And personally, it's not about whether you're the highest or lowest, but I want to make sure I'm clear on that. It's like your road and path is taking you to the pinnacle, but your path does not look like other people's path. There are certain people taking the broad path. There are certain people taking the flashy path. And you're taking a path that isn't necessarily been worn or walked before. So like it looks a certain way, and now you're realizing where it's taking you to. Okay. And it's helping you come more from your inner authority. So, this period where Mercury is finishing out of Aquarius is leading you at this stage towards the full immersive experience of the supernatural. I say full immersive because you've been experiencing the supernatural ever since you were born. Brushing your teeth is supernatural. Waking up in the morning is supernatural. Ripping a very comfortable fart is so supernatural. Just releasing the gas. And so a Mercury transit like this is processing the transcendence of all this knowledge and understanding what you're really doing. I swear to goodness, some of you are going to fart and then you'll manifest $50 or you'll manifest a $50,000 Patek watch because now you know for the first time ever in your life how to fart. I promise you. You're going to be like, wow, I've been farting wrong my entire life. I didn't know that I come from a long line of ex-kabuki porn stars, and my great-great-great-great-grandmother was a witch who made a deal with Archangel Gabriel, and because I'm the 7th girl of my family, every time I fart, it manifests the 3rd wish on my mind. I know how to fart now. Wow. I just realized that every 3rd time I masturbate, my intentions manifest. If I focus on something for 5 minutes, then the 3rd time I beat my meat, my wish comes true. Wow. I just realized that every time I take a dump, somebody gets cured of AIDS. I didn't know at first. At first, I thought I was crazy because I would take a dump and someone within a 50-meter vicinity of me would miraculously heal of AIDS. And at first, I thought it was a coincidence. But then I realized there was a causality and correlation to my taking a dump and someone being cured of AIDS. This is mind-blowing. This is mind-blowing. And I want to use examples that are so mind-blowingly stupid because this is the exact same feeling you are having in less than 2 weeks from now. No cap. I want to make sure, like, the way you felt about those examples is the way you're going to feel about yourself when you realize seemingly minute, mundane things that you've done your entire life have actually been responsible for collective events that impact you now today. In light of this is why you're being targeted. Because best believe there are forces who can perceive the collective as an individual that see your part and what you're doing in connection to everything. Like imagine if there was a camera that you can see what you're doing versus someone else in another country is doing. And now people see that when you do something, it correlates with their, like people have done with this with quantum mechanics. Imagine if there was an intelligence agency that had the capability to do this that you don't even know exists, but some of you are so psychic you do. Imagine it. Okay, so that was the first nature of this. Okay, I just wanted to kind of introduce this. Now, let's go into the transit talk. I can't wait. This is lit. So, this is the operation system that you are downloading. This is going to apply to you if you have been seeing synchronicities at a much more powerful, meaningful, and quicker rate. Even if you haven't, it'll still apply to you, but more so if you have been noticing this. And I have to say it like this because the way this is, let's apply this analogy. Okay. First of all, this is what I was talking about. Right. We are just starting this. First of all, this is going to be weird as fuck because your brain, your own subconscious mind is going to reveal to you mechanics of your brain processing you've been doing since 2 years old. But you're remembering it now for the first time ever. It's going to feel like a new experience. It's just you've been doing it every day of your life. So this is already how weird you are because like basically we finished Aquarius season, which downloaded the knowledge. Now, if you ever download a program, right? You have the download, it loads. Then what happens when you download the app on your phone per se? You open the app. And when you open the app for the first time, the app initializes and you have to customize the app. The downloading of the app was Aquarius season. The customizing of the app is Mercury coming through Saturn. So the first part of this transit, is February 12th to February 19th. This is where we end Aquarius season. And oops. I'm actually going to bring it back for you. Bring it back. So this is coming into completing the download. By the time we awakened this power of processing with Mercury in Pluto, and now your brain is catching up to the superpowers of your body, we finished downloading everything. So the first part of this transit is finalizing the download. And for many of you, this is where synchronization got crazy. Remember, we had that 27 degree. Y'all remember where you were for this day. This day was fucking crazy. This was when you were finally like, and for some of you, this was your soul. Because you have your conscious mind dealing with 3D. Your soul was checked out. Some of you for 17 years. So your soul finally walked past the download bar and hit this bitch. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. It's almost done. Mind you, this is like your favorite video game that you've been waiting. You ever wait so long for a video game to download or an app to download and you want to play it so much because it's so good, but it's so good. So it takes a while and it's like, oh my God, it's finally almost done. You'll know what I'm talking about if you used to illegally download shit and you know the gigabytes would take forever. And it's like, oh my God. You make sure the internet connection doesn't get down because you don't want this shit to like disconnect. Oh my God. And you started to see the synchronicities. You've been in between worlds for so long. You've been seeing synchronicities. Now this just piling in like, oh my God, this is a reality. I'm more clear and sure of this than ever. But you still don't know what the new world looks like because you didn't open the program yet. So you still don't know what to expect. But you know the bitch is here. You know the bitch is here. You know it's, you feel it, you smell it, you touch it. It's like, oh my God, well, I didn't even know you existed. Yo, people told me I was fucking crazy. People told me I was crazy my whole life. Look, yo, this can't be real. Oh my gosh, I only believed you exist my whole life. Oh my God, it's here. That's it, baby. That's motherfucking it. Okay. So this is your brain still like struggling to process the unconventional brilliance of what really was a myth. Literally, this is fucking Goku and Vegeta. Like, I'm not gonna front. I thought Super Saiyan was just a legend. I didn't know that shit was for real. I mean, I knew I can go Super Saiyan. Some of you are like Vegeta, like, I have ascended to the ranks of Super Saiyan. Hold on, let me power up again. I have finally like you find see my nigga Goku knows. My nigga Goku knows he was there. He was there. So like this is it. Like it's no longer a doubt because now your brain is processing how you've done it. Once again, conscious competence to unconscious competence. Let me tell you something else is gonna blow your fucking mind. And if this applies to you, and if you comment an exclamation mark, this you're literally there. Okay, and let me tell you what I mean by that. If this applies to you, comment a fire sign emoji or exclamation mark, and this is what I'm saying that you're gonna know if it applies to you. Basically, okay. You went from being skeptical about if you can do something versus you can do it because you did it already. You've crossed the threshold. Let me make sense of this for you. It's like you've always wondered, can I manifest a dollar amount? Can I manifest my thoughts into reality? Right? And now you're in that in-between space where it's like, I know I can manifest my thoughts into reality. I did it on accident. I know I can manifest this because I did it. Can I tell you how I did it? But I did it. And I know I did it because I did it again. I did that bitch again. Can I tell you how I did it again? I'm still trying to figure it out. This entire process is scientific. It's literally your brain analyzing and isolating, getting out of your own fucking way to figure this out. But if you commented an exclamation mark, I don't know what else to tell you. There's no turning back. At some point, you could have turned back. You had the audacity to venture into the supernatural and the metaphysical and actually use the power of your brain. There's no turning back. If you commented a fire sign emoji and an exclamation mark, you're coming into the obliteration of everything you've ever known into a whole new understanding of supernatural metaphysical dynamics. Christian Dixon, that was so well said. There's literally no turning back because once you know, you can't unknow. And you already began the process of crescendoing into this gnosis. And as they say, the more you know, the less happy you are. But hey, at least you finna know. Now, there is a pro to not knowing, but you just threw that away forever. You're finna know. I'm going to say this again. You know you can do it because you did it. You can even bring receipts to what you did, but you are in the process of isolating exactly what you did to replicate that. So now it's in this weird thing where you hit, but then you might miss, but then you hit, and you'll know this applies to you because when it hits, it's when you're not even trying to do it. It just does it on accident, right? It doesn't do it on accident. It's like it does it through you, but when you try and do it, it does it, but it does it through you. Cool. If this resonates with you, you have to understand you're literally just crossed the threshold into going from not knowing how into knowing exactly how. Okay. It's literally happening like the sun in Pisces. By the time we're in Aries season, you're ready for war. This entire process is preparing you for war. This is the great soul war of the next millennium. I made that up. But this is a great soul war, a magic war, a frame war, where your higher self is literally playing your avatar through 3D, putting you experiences to level you up. Because now we're at the beginning of the end of the world. And if you're here, you literally made it through the most vicious, like Hunger Games. Now we're at the place where it's a free-for-all, and they put us all for a new level of guild wars. where guilds are going to go after each other and war and all that shit. But like, what's really cool about this is I want to make sure as of now that you're watching this, the reason why you're experiencing this overwhelming clarity is one, you're a fucking genius. You're beyond genius at this point. And two, post this new moon, this is the process of you now unpacking the downloading and initializing the software. So now you're experiencing it. We're still activating it with the moon in Aries. So this is the point where you're literally initializing who it is you are and understanding how to make sense of it. But the reason why I wanted to emphasize this whole notion of you now being in the process of figuring out how this all works, by the time we're at the full moon in Virgo and Saturn actually enters, you know what I'm saying, Pisces, ladies and gentlemen, you know how. You actually have to know how, because your knowledge of how is still going to be at an initial level, a level 1 level. By the time Saturn finishes out of Pisces, it's at a level 100 level where you have completed this understanding of how to manifest in every single life experience you could ever think possible in 2 short years. So this breakthrough into the understanding of how is still just an entrance into a whole new understanding of how to master who you are. Okay. And I can't once again emphasize on my own how excited that I am for you and with you, because a lot of the mechanics of this are so overwhelmingly supernatural. Once again, it is bringing me to now the purpose of this transit talk. Okay. Here's a great analogy that I really do hope resonates with you at the core of your being, because this is going to be a mechanic that all of us share in a way, but the way you tap into it is going to be so unique to you. And let's make sense of this. Basically, now that we are at 4 degrees Pisces, right? Mercury, in its preparation to reach Saturn, is preparing your brain to facilitate this total knowledge of your supernatural energy and power. So the mechanic that I want to invite you to most definitely embrace with this is as follows. Okay. I think you're going to enjoy this. If you look as we move forward, we're going to see the moon travel, of course, through the zodiac, right? And then when the moon comes into Cancer, Mercury is going to finish its transit. But I want you to see what happens post March 2nd. Mercury goes into Pisces, and by the time the moon is in Virgo, you guessed it, Saturn enters Pisces. Okay? So basically, this is why should excite the hell out of you. And this is where this is what you've been doing your whole life. But now you're clearing more the highest level, literally 29 degrees Saturn, highest level, 29 degrees Pluto, 257-year cycle of DNA exploration, highest level. Cool. So basically, because that's what you also want to see. This is a double transcendence. But basically, what if I told you your brain is the greatest smartphone ever? It is a literal antenna. It is a receiver. You can literally tap into frequencies and tune in with your brain so that you can have telepathic conversations with other people just by focusing on it. The heart, mind, right? You can literally expand in your imagination. You can manifest, you can create. But what if I told you your brain transmits communication to a facet of yourself that exists beyond this realm? What if I told you that you leveled up your brain's ability to some of you are going to be like, I already do that, peace dealer. Salute. You already do. But what if I told you, though? Because if you understand this concept, you can throw your phone away. I'm stubborn. I'm going to keep my phone. But at some point, I'm going to throw this bitch away. The thing here is,
What if you had the ability to use your brain to connect with your higher self, and it's your chat GPT? Instead, it's not AI, it's higher I tried. So basically, let me make sense of this, right? What if you were 11? And the reason why this applies to you is you already have acknowledged that you know what's up. You're just finishing the knowledge of that. And you already have experienced the superpower, but you're figuring out how to use the superpower. There's so much more abilities where that comes from. But here's the thing, okay? What if you can connect with an aspect of yourself that's not physical? It's an aspect of yourself that sees every part of your life from the time you were born to the time you leave. And it's you that exists as every single multi-dimensional personality, your higher self, right? What if you can communicate with that and it communicates with you through your reality and synchronicities? Even better, what if you can talk to it about anything? Anything! You are only limited by your imagination. And you say, look, don't judge me. And your higher self is going to be like, wait, before you answer, you want cocaine and 5 strippers from Brazil. And you're going to be like, how did you know? And it's going to be like, I'm literally you in every single possibility. First of all, you're nasty. Second of all, wait 20 minutes, go to the corner store, go to 7-Eleven, and you might meet somebody. And then you go to the corner store and you go to the, don't judge me. You go to the corner store at 7-Eleven, and it just so happens that somebody was getting chased by the cops. And in 20 minutes from the time your higher self told you to get there, they dropped a bag of Coke because the cops was chasing them. Now you got some cocaine. And the higher self is like, I got you. Now for the strippers, that's all, I was joking. My bad. Hold on. Not the cocaine and strippers. No. I meant vegan sausage and tarot readers. Yes. Because Vegas be lit. Thank you. Every possibility of nasty. Listen though. This is so very important, right? You are having a pipeline with your inner self, and it needs you, and you need it. It can show you all the possibilities, but if you didn't get there in 20 minutes, you would have missed that window. Life is an ever revolving magical souffle of synchronicities that you just need to tap out and grab, because you are a fucking miracle. Okay. And so this is where you can do anything with this. And the thing here is, what if you can get information about anyone? What if you're like, hey, what is this person who I'm thinking about doing right now? And you get that information. You see a vision. What if, hey, how can I talk? How can I get with that person? How can I make that person like me? And your higher self is like, you can't really interfere with their free will. But if you want to talk to them, you can try hitting them up in 3 minutes. Like, you're gaining your own knowledge of how you do this and what to say and what to do, ingrained to who you are to actually, and you're dealing with the facet of you that's already seen what's gonna happen. Okay. The most extraordinary facet of this is you've been doing this all your life. So you've never not been doing this, because you've thought about someone and they've called. You've had premonitions about things and they've happened. You've been at the right place at the right time. But what if this was like a fully functional app that you can harm? And the coolest thing about this is everyone has different energy. So some of you will be totally visual with this. Some of you can teleport with this. Some of you do this entirely through other people coming through for you. Like the way every one of you do this is what's going to be explored. So this is where from now until Mercury coming over Saturn, this is the process of your brain from now until the end of this transit, of your brain downloading all of that. And then once it goes into Pisces, is where you're finally going to have the ability to experience this. That being said, it's already happening now. We have, with this square to Uranus, completed that. So the increasing degree is just going to strengthen the knowledge of initializing this process. And in light of this Pisces cycle, by the time we make it to Moon in Gemini and Cancer, this is really just more straightening out the experience and just smoothing out the kinks. So you know more how by the Moon in Virgo, when Saturn goes into Pisces, this process. So that brings me back to my analogy to where by the time Saturn's in Pisces, you have initialized this. And now, do you see why you are being prepared for this? Because when civil war breaks out, world war breaks out, the economic crash breaks out, and everyone is going to be losing their fucking minds, you just upgraded yours. So you're just going to be like, higher self, what's up? In fact, your higher self going to be like, my name is Fran. Fran, what's up, baby? Let me know. Go to the alley. You go see. Then you're going to have a relationship with your higher self. Your higher self going to be like, no. You see how you wanted this? Your plan was trash, B. Go here. And it's like, oh, that's how you feel, friend? You said my plan for my day was trash. Okay, let's see what you got for me, friend. Let's see what you got for me, friend. And that's how you pray. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you pray. Every day. Your higher self been had a name. Maybe it's you. It is you. Okay, but like you're understanding these facets of yourself so much better now. Some of you are so advanced, like especially if you're Aqua Rising, Libra. For those of you who are social or like Pisces collective, you interface with this element of your subconscious through other people. A world within a world. So like you'll talk to your higher self and other people will finish the sentences of your higher self because you're super advanced like that, versus others of you who just keep it individually to your experience, or others of you that can ground it into like technology. Once again, all of you are different. So Saturn and Pisces is you using this ability because your relationship is going to grow moving forward with this. And this is where everyone has a God within them. Everyone has a world within them. When I say God or goddess, you have a world within you. Science has finally caught up to this fact. So it's time to know how to use it, except you did that already. It's actually at this point time to transcend your understanding of it. And ladies and gentlemen, that in a nutshell, no way. Cool. That in a nutshell, realistically, oh, I get it. That in a nutshell is this transit talk. My bad. I'm looking right now at the PayPals and the Cash Apps. But yeah, you really have. And the coolest thing about this energy is you're still only just getting started, and the best is still yet to come, which is the wildest part. Because now several twists that are going to come into this are soulmate counterparts that now link you with this magical framework of ability. And it's so much deeper than that. Like that was just the best way for me to like, that was still just an analogy. So everything that I'm just saying is still just like 1 percentile of the totality of your brilliance. So just keep that in mind. That was just the best analogy I could use. but it's finna get lit. And it's lit right now. But when I say it's finna get lit, that's really the Aries season. By the time we're in Aries and Taurus season, you're taking these concepts and you're actively using them, because the whole 2023 to 2025 arc with Pluto and Aquarius is revolution. It's revolution. Pluto Capricorn basically prepared you to awaken God powers, and now it's time for revolution. I don't know what else to say. In fact, that was such a misleading way to explain it, but I watch a lot of anime, so that's just satisfying for me to say it that way. But yeah, definitely revolution. Like that for sure. Like that for sure. And 2023, 2025 is the evolution of your individuality to now expand to the level of which you've evolved and move forward with these awakened abilities. Moving forward, really, it's now, what are you going to do with it? Because the time for really understanding, you're at that weird precipice where the bird pushes you off the nest. That bird that gets pushed off the nest doesn't know that they can fly until they fly or they die. So there you go. That's that Pluto energy. But you've been flying. You've been shining. This is a little bit awkward to say because many of you watching me are advanced already. So you're coming into these concepts at a much higher level. And this is really just more for you to synthesize in a way that opens up so much more faith and confidence in yourself. And once again, I'm really honored to share this message because this is so fucking awesome. So I just kind of want to revisit that moving forward as we get closer with Mercury to Saturn. This is going to facilitate your brain's ability to transcend the processing of the total knowledge that is available for you to actively discern real time so that you can link causal elements of your mind outside of time with the real 3D function of how you integrate this with your actual living. So let me see. I want to find the right scene. I'm just going to put a random scene on. I just chose this scene at random. So let's see if this resonates. I just chose this scene at random. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted.
How did you manage to access all this information?
Electrical impulses. Every cell knows and talks to every other cell. They exchange 1,000 bits of information between them per second. Cells group together, forming a giant web of communication, which in turn forms matter. Cells get together, take on one form, deform, reform. Makes no difference, it's all the same. Humans consider themselves unique, so they've rooted their whole theory of existence on their uniqueness. One is their unit of measure, but it's not. All social systems we put into place are a mere sketch. 1 + 1 = 2. That's all we've learned. But 1 + 1 has never equaled 2. There are, in fact, no numbers and no letters. We've codified our existence to bring it down to human size, to make it comprehensible. We've created a scale so that we can forget its unfathomable scale.
But if humans are not the unit of measure, and the world isn't governed by mathematical laws, what governs all that?
Film a car speeding down a road. Speed up the image infinitely, and the car disappears. So what proof do we have of its existence? Time gives legitimacy to its existence. Time is the only true unit of measure. It gives proof to the existence of matter. Without time, we don't exist.
Time is unity.
That was it, y'all. I am fucking mind blown. Listen, I chose that scene out of random, but that was it. I'm going to Lucy. The movie is Lucy. That was the time is unity thing. So I didn't even realize out of every clip. How did I know to play that clip? I didn't. This is the magic of the transcendent knowledge. This is how Pisces knows without knowing. So the reason why I'm almost tearing up and why that was so fucking beautiful is she said time is the only thing that keeps us together. And if you break down and analyze everything she said, that is literally Mercury. I have chills too. That is literally Mercury on Saturn. Mercury getting closer to Saturn in Aquarius is the perpetual realization of the unity between time and your mind. And that was my best way to say it. I think it's even deeper than that. But the reason why I wanted to accentuate that is if you take that whole notion of time as unity and Saturn's representation with time itself and subsequently death, this is now you stepping into the completion of that. I love how I said everything I said, and in that scene that I picked at random, and it's okay if you don't believe that I picked that at this point, even if I didn't pick it at random, that scene, you know what I'm saying, encapsulated all that. But do you see? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't know that scene was going to say that, but I didn't have to know because the part of me that exists outside of the system knew. That's what I'm saying. Like you have this part within you that fills in the blanks of what you're not aware of. It's called your subconscious mind. Well, that's what we call it. Some people call it soul. Some people call it God. It is what it is. But I'm so glad I just shared that moment with you right now. That was so fucking magical. And I think Lucy just took it away. I might even watch that movie again. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. But regardless, that's most definitely the process of your brain reaching this peak realization. The next stage from that is this. So from this point right here, to this point, oh my God damn. Stay tuned for that Mercury Pisces transit talk, because that's it. That's it for sure. From Moon, so we had Mercury Pluto, that was the first awakening. Mercury Saturn is now downloading this total knowledge. And then Mercury Sun Neptune is the full immersive experience. Then we're going to have Mercury Jupiter and then Mercury Uranus. So your brain is getting ready to process the supernatural on levels that you've never done before. I don't know what else to say. That is mind-blowing to me. That is mother effing mind-blowing to me. And I'm going to have to I don't even know how I'm going to approach the Mercury and Pisces, because by the time the Mercury reaches the sun, you now have a broad awareness of how to make intellectual sense of the meaning of everything you've been experiencing, like you're doing it for the first time, but you've always done it. So I think I'm going to just end that there. That was a lot. That was very intensive. Wow. I didn't expect to get chills like that. Blow my fucking mind. So once again, thank you for sharing that experience with me. You don't have to consciously know, you cosmically know. I feel like we just went through a portal, because we did, but like That's just so amazing. Um, it's definitely, you know what I mean? That's awesome. It's definitely a lot to keep in mind because we're ending the Mercury transit off with this 29-degree realization. And that's going to continue off the pipeline to where every outer planet is like a god revealing something. And what I want you to highlight is thank you. I'm gonna definitely check it out. What I want you to highlight, Fantastic Planet. Is that a parody of Captain Planet? Never mind. I want you to highlight how Lucy was communicating with the top level scientists and educators. The panel that you saw was Capricorn and Lucy was the Aquarius archetype. You see how Lucy had a very detached, intellectually superior understanding of the knowledge that was Saturn in Aquarius. And then Capricorn is the peak pinnacle of the 3D society of all their research, the system of numbers that brought everything they knew. But then Lucy just literally transcended that. That is Aquarius to Capricorn. Pluto 29 degrees at the precipice of completely going beyond everything that was ever recorded. So it's very important you see that dynamic because Neptune is going to be a step beyond that. Okay, I got you, bro. Neptune is going to be a step beyond that as Doctor Strange or the Ancient One. So Lucy would be Saturn in Aquarius, and the Ancient One from Doctor Strange would be Neptune. So when we do the Mercury transit with Neptune, this is a sneak peek. I was just to make sure not to get copyrighted, but the surrender aspect. So I'm going to play this clip again, Mercury and Pisces, but the surrender aspect, you're surrendering the knowledge of the high knowledge you knew to magic. Okay, check this out. That's the Aquarius 12th house to Pisces. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no waiting for this. That's it right now. So the reason why I had to show you both of those movies, we saw Lucy that took us to an Aquarian level of higher knowledge, in a sense, beyond the colloquial human living. And then we went to Doctor Strange, which took us beyond the natural. Pisces is now adding magic to this knowledge. The whole point of this Mercury and Aquarius, surrender. Do you know right now you can open a portal, walk through that bitch, and be anywhere? That is the thin boundary of belief and surrender that's stopping you from experiencing it. You commented an exclamation mark. That means you have used magic, but in a way that you haven't fully experienced until now. Oh, my stream got suspended? No way. Whew. Okay. Oops. crazy. It was the Doctor Strange. It was the motherfucking Doctor Strange, y'all. Nah, it was straight copyright. I was risking it. I was really risking it. I'm not even gonna complain because I wasn't really allowed to do that. The last time I did that, I actually got a strike on my channel when I played like 15 minutes of like, but I had to give you this information, guys. I'm putting my fucking channel at risk to give y'all the truth. I'm not gonna, normally I will blame Google, but like that was my fault. That was definitely my fault. I risked it because I played Lucy already. Then I thought if I did like 2 minutes, but it was too much. But I already played enough. So don't worry. I still got y'all for the readings too. So basically, Lucy was the intellectual scientific element that transcends human logic, like an alien talking to humans. And then Pisces is the magic going beyond the natural. And the point of what I wanted to say when they cut off what I said, which was the reason why they cut off what I said, there's no waiting. The thin, invisible barrier of belief that stops you from being in Milan, Paris right now. The reason why I showed you that clip is because you can teleport right now. You can do that right now. Like I just showed you, like if you commented an exclamation mark, you've already used your abilities. You're coming into a more full immersive experience of what you're already doing. So surrender. All you have to do is surrender. Stephen Strange had to surrender the knowledge of what he thought he knew in order to teleport, or he would die. I hope you know that's Pluto 29 degrees. That's Saturn 29 degrees. You have to surrender. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in this old world. Period. You are put in situations where this whole notion of if you had an internal GPS that could manifest, you're co-creating with it. So if you want something, it's going to let you know what's around you that you're not conscious of, that you can, like a video game, facilitate. You have to surrender to it, because when bullets start flying and invading authorities come into this country, you can't rely on the authorities who are already lying to you. You're going to have to surrender to the compass within that was always rocking with you. Fran got you. You're going to have to hit up Fran, and Fran's going to be like, hey, did you see that synchronicity I sent you 10 minutes ago? You have agents coming to your house in 5 minutes. You have 3 minutes to leave. Just go out the house. I'll give you autopilot. Like, your inner compass is so bad ass. Like, it's upgrading now. It's upgrading now. And it was already badass. The reason why this is so weird for you to say is because I feel like 20-30% of you listening to me, you've been living this. Like, your inner compass is loud and clear. Like, you're already on that level. So that's why I'm speaking to general people. Like, everyone's at a different level. So that's why I just wanted to share it like that. But what an awesome transit talk. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm going to now do the live readings. So if anyone would like a live reading, please feel free to join the queue. I'm going to go down the zodiac real quick to pull a tarot card for what to expect. So Aries wants you to know, for Mercury and Aquarius, we do have the 10 of Swords, and we do have the Pisces Knight of Cups. So this is really more so talking about you're done thinking about certain things in a certain way, and this is going to enable you to get out of your own way of your heart. Okay? You're surrendering your mind to your heart's direction. With the Knight of Cups, this could be someone who tugs at your heartstrings. This could be someone that it didn't work out with that's coming back, or someone that inspires you to move forward from what didn't work. And then we do have the 10 of Wands, where Aries got the 10 of Swords, and this is coming with the Queen of Wands. So whereas Aries is dealing, Queen and Knight is a soulmate, but whereas Aries is dealing with a more sensitive, persuasive, seductive individual, this Queen is kind of like the strength card we got in the Air Tribe reading, where you are facilitating this burden or working for this royal figure, but you're coming into success, passion, and abundance through this. So this is really pushing more the processing of your brain towards more passionate outlets, but it's definitely opening up what you may need to delegate, because with that 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands, that's a completion of pressure that's getting ready to crescendo. We do have the 3 of Swords here. So this is a sacrifice. This might be realizing, whether through betrayal or not, things aren't as they seem, but we do have the 9 of Pentacles. So Gemini is saying that you're making the sacrifice necessary to manifest them stacks. Or you might have to make certain sacrifices to connect with someone who has this energy. Okay, so for Cancer, wife squad. For Cancer, we have the Wheel of Fortune. There is this sense of abundance and you being in a position to be at the right place at the right time and connect with destiny. Cancer is saying, make the long-term plans and make the short-term plans, knowing that your steps are blessed and advanced, and you're going to actually have a lot of luck and foresight. Like if you knew your plans were going to work out lucky, you'd be more excited about what you're planning. So Leo, we have planning for the future, a promise of fortune, and good management and moderating your lifestyle is what's going to have you make the most of lucrative investments. So the temperance is going to have you pretty much balance your life in the simplest way. And this is what's going to facilitate whatever you're already investing in. It's going to kind of get like a broom sweeping away anything that's excess, so that you're more in a position to just capitalize on what you already got. Virgo, this is you kind of weeding away the brokies in your life. No, I'm joking. This is you weeding away if they're weeding away excess, you're weeding away what doesn't work. And this is more so you understanding who really has your back. I'm not gonna lie, Virgo, I feel like you're on some sneaky shit. Virgo is saying that the Virgo energy I'm getting here is that you're pretending to be broke. Like you have thousands of dollars, but you're asking people for money just so you can see who would pay you money. And then if they give you money, you'll probably give them money. Like it's something very shady like that. This is also trusting your intuition, because the nature of how you process information is going to realistically help. Like you're going to be looking at certain homeless people and you're going to be like, you're not even homeless. Like you're just panhandling for money, but you have a fucking job. Like what the fuck is this? Like is this going to be like, and that's not even what the cards mean, but that's just what the message I'm getting. So we do have Libra awakening, and this coming with the 3 of Swords is an octave of Gemini, I feel, where it's like you're awakening to your higher purpose, but it's going to reveal something that you suppressed within your heart. In order for you to step into your highest purpose, you have to confront something that probably was not just a heartbreak to you, but something you kind of hid in your heart, that until you kind of release, you're going to be forced to confront this. So it's something to keep in mind. And this is for everyone. So just keep that in mind. Scorpio, we do have this utility. Ooh, this is dope. You're being recognized for your hard work. And I get the sense that you're dealing with people who you ever meet someone and then after the fact, you realize they were famous. I feel like Scorpio is saying you had a really good impression on someone who sees you as reliable, consistent. You didn't fangirl or fanboy on them, but like you probably didn't even know they were huge. And they have a really good impression on you. This is also your wish coming true. This is also rejuvenation. And this is you really being able to ground this nice teamwork. Like someone who's the star and then the other person who's like the person kind of analyzing everything. It's interesting. We do have, what's up, Nikki? Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, we have reinvention here with the page of Knave of Pentacles. And I love how this is an octave of Scorpio. Scorpio is coming a lot more stable. And the way this is like, if Scorpio was traveling, they're going to bring a suitcase. If Sag is traveling, they're just bringing like an overnight bag. Like you're more light on your feet. So you're able to do more with not needing that much. It's interesting. We do have this with you, Sagittarius, the Knight of Wands. This is literally what it says. Like, you're more mobile on your feet, traveling. So this is going to be you coming into passion. This is you, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is really saying to take this inspiration and reinvent yourself in a way where you can probably go on a short road trip, or you might be inspired to move and to just kind of move on that whim. However that kind of plays out for you. Now, Capricorn. They're bringing themselves. Thank you. Like, straight up. Okay, so, and they can just pull stuff from their own, like maybe they have an inventory in their body. So we do have, of course, Capricorn with the fucking world in their hands. But this coming with the Eight of Wands is saying the plans that you have, you want to decide very quickly on what direction you want to take your life, because things are opening up for you very quickly with this Mercury and Aquarius, and you're going to be able to process information lightning quick, okay, and be able to make sense of a lot. So Capricorn is saying to be sure on what it is you want, so when everything comes in, you don't really waver. We do have, of course, Lovers for Aquarius, Three of Cups. This is a very powerful message. If you guys remember the air sign reading for Aquarius, this is kind of corroborating this, where during Pisces season, we do have this festivity and union of lovers. This could really just be you and some friends just enjoying everything you love together, playing your favorite music. This is you awakening to this very amazing union. And Pisces. Don't mind if I do. Wow, what is wrong with me? We do have the Empress. Oh, Aquarius and Pisces. Why are you showing off? We do, and Capricorn. What the heck? The last three songs are just like, okay. And Sagittarius too. We have your wish coming true with mad abundance. This is just living the dream. So that's beautiful. Okay, I didn't want to necessarily just simplify that, but I did. Anyway, Pisces just had to be like, I'm the best. That's so out of pocket. Okay, we do have, of course, once again, reinvention, and focus on your plans. Focus on short and long-term plans. Make something exciting for yourself. See your wishes, see your ships come in, and see the approach you're willing to take relative to that. All right, that being said, oh my God. Oh my God. So, all right. Okay. Congratulations. Once again, you're still in between worlds from who you know yourself to be to actualizing that, and just enjoy the journey. So that being said, I'm going to do the live readings. For those of you who would like a live astrology reading, please email me your chart or provide me your sun, moon, or rising. I got the pending Cash Apps. For Cash App, I only see Jocelyn, Matt, Christian, and Brittany. I'm not sure why this is still pending. That's very weird. But it's all good. And if you don't know, now you know. All right, cool. So I got y'all on the tarot. I'm going to do the astrology ones first. So first we do have Kiki. We will talk later, very soon. Thank you. I'm so glad. This one was definitely a top 5 live. I think this was one of my best transit talks ever. I love how much that unfolded. I hope to top this with Mercury Pisces. Lauren, I did get your PayPal. Thank you very much. So first we're gonna do Stephanie. Okay. The Mercury in Aqua transit for you is gonna be super badass because you're the high queen. We know you are the high priestess, and as of course the sun and moon in Cancer, you're the high queen priestess. So you formulate your existence pretty much innovating how amazing and extraordinary people can feel about their lifestyle. And now that Pluto is coming out of Capricorn, that 2008 chapter of really breaking through your dealings with others to transcend how you maintain authority over your behavior in the face of others trying to undermine yours is strengthening at this crucial precipice of Saturn on your rising, the full definition and embodiment of this celestial karma. It's almost like you have a badge being an Aqua rising. And you can, it's really, all Aqua risings now are the coolest people ever because they can command stuff of the universe. And if the universe is like, on what authority? They just pull Saturn, like, bitch, on this authority. Like, oh, which is so dope. So this is one thing as a concept to actually be able to communicate and speak it. Mercury is coming around to realign the individualization of how you identify with this knowledge of self and now reconstitute this cycle, especially with the conjunction that we're going to have 29 degrees in your first house. So this is going to spill into Pisces and manifest the perspective and meaning of how to experience this moving forward. So a lot of this downloading is coming around on how you identify this knowledge of self. Now, what's also cool about this is you already have Mercury in Gemini. So Mercury and Geminis with this transit already have this supernatural intellectualization of processing information brilliantly, especially 25 to 29 degrees Mercury Gemini. It's the smartest Mercury, in my opinion. I'm Mercury Taurus, but as a Gemini, I think I'm biased, especially as a Cancer sun, because Cancer sun's ability to synthesize what that information means emotionally enhances more of your psychic ability compared to delusional ass water signs. And that's why I appreciate air sign waters, because y'all are the water signs that are not delusional. That was really offensive, my bad. But personally, that Mercury space is going to facilitate this knowledge of exactly what to say. It's like you will now have the database there on your person, and Mercury trying that, it's gonna be a great period to just write creatively too, because the ideas are just gonna be spinning. Whereas we'll have that knowledge, you'll know exactly what to say so creatively and so amazingly. So that's something I want to highlight. And then you also have Pluto in Libra. So the grand air trine takes knowing what to say and saying it so creatively, and then intensifying how to say it extremely with Pluto towards exactly who you have to say it to. So that triplicity of intellectual capacity with the grand air trine takes the knowledge of Aquarius, the ability to communicate it with Gemini, and the socialization of who to say it to with Libra, and connects all three, which is going to facilitate epiphanies in completing how you understand and know yourself, amongst other things. So I think just the Mercury position alone you have in Gemini is going to really make the most of how you experience this Mercury transit, which once again is super awesome. Okay. So next we have J Fabulous. Okay, J Fabulous, we know you're Scorpio rising, 29 degrees, which is mind-blowing. We know you're 8-degree Leo sun, which is actually my south node, 8 degrees, so past life, and then 15 degrees Scorpio moon. So you're pure. You're the pure king, queen, you're pure royalty. And then you're a Leo sun, so you're just all royalty, okay? And what's really key about this is 29 Scorpio rising puts the rest of your first house in Sagittarius. So the reason why this is very key is Saturn is 29 degrees right on your fourth house cusp. And relative to the fourth house nature of this exact square, this is preparing you to understand crucially the comfort zone of how much more integrity you stand on your inner knowledge. Jay Fabulous, please confirm this for me right now, because compared to 2021, you have so much more knowledge of your ancestry and how to conduct yourself as a royal being, that there's less shame to be proud of certain aspects that could be taken out of context. And there's so much more stability with this total knowledge that once this spills into Pisces, will have you now experience the creativity that can emerge from this. So Mercury is going to tie a lot of this creativity in that aspect. So that's as a Scorpio rising. And because we can treat this as a glorified third house, this will strengthen your attitude. But as a Leo sun, you're going to see this element of comfort through your relationships with others. So Mercury in Aquarius is going to complete how much more confident you are engaging with other people and who you feel comfortable sharing private elements of how extraordinary you are and who you're bringing into the fold and how you're initiating said individuals to not only connect with you, but also to be in a position to most definitely break through more considerably. We want to highlight the seventh house nature of Aquarius to Leo. So you're going to be aware of the strength, and of course, protect Leo at all costs. Leo and Leo risings, you've seen how this Saturn transit has challenged you to maintain your values in the face of people who just follow narratives. So this is the conclusion of this, to show you how much you've grown and to prepare you to draw boundaries relative to your creative space once all this spills over to Pisces. Okay, that's a very intimidating combo. 29 Drake and President Trump are 29 degrees Leo. So 29 degrees of any rising sign is such a huge deal. Jay Fabulous 29. I don't even think you did that because you're 29 degrees. Like, that's mind-blowing. Okay, so it really speaks to the mastery of your purity of a personality. I'm 27 degrees Taurus rising, so like that, I'm big on the degree of the rising. Like, it's a huge deal. My Mercury's 29 Taurus, so there's that kind of connection there. But yeah, if we now look at Tessa, all right, we know that Aquarius is not only your 8th house, but you have Pluto being born in 79, 20 degrees Libra. So having a Cancer rising, and if there are other water sign risings or Cancer risings listening, please cooperate with this, because dealing with air in the water houses is a little tricky. It's an axis of deep psychology, not deaf psychology, but an intellectual expression of psychology that, with, of course, the 8th house in Aquarius, you're dealing with the collective. And the reason why this is difficult to deal with as a Cancer rising is because you glean psychic insight relative to your connections with people that if you were to tell people who didn't understand the advanced nature of this, it wouldn't necessarily make sense. And what I mean by that is having 8th house in the Aquarius, to me, is, I think, the most dangerous 8th house, even more dangerous than 8th house Sag, because you're dealing with a collective. So basically, you'll be psychic enough to pick up on the fact that if someone is dealing with a narrative, you can deal with that individual, but someone else can take their place from the collective. And so you can be gaslighted by entire collectives of individuals that you now have to draw advanced boundaries It's kind of like the 8th house Pisces, where you draw a boundary, but then it shifts. Then you have to draw another boundary. And you may deal with individuals or collectives that constantly change or move the goalpost. So and I notice this happens to Sagittarius do. The Grammys does this to Nicki Minaj, where Sagittarius is the best. So they have to constantly move the goalpost because they don't want you to win. They did this with DJ. I mean, DJ Khaled was a little different because Tyler is different. But like this moving of the goalpost has now reached you're now finally at the 29-degree Saturn Aquarius element where they can't move the goalpost anymore. This is like you finally reached the final place where they can move the goalpost, but they forgot you're a Sagittarius. You're still gonna level up. So now what's gonna happen when they can't move the goalpost anymore? And you're about to see true shenaniganery. But now that you have persevered through that, they were only moving the goalpost so that you quit. You didn't quit. So now they don't know what to do. That's basically it. So as far as that, now as far as the transit, Pluto in the 4th is this extreme understanding of social dynamics, especially in the way you're able to bring your vision together in your routine that exposes the inauthenticity or jealousy of people who you're with. And you can literally see based on what they don't do. And your moon's in Taurus. So given the trine that Mercury is going to make to Pluto, it's going to intensify and strengthen this extreme understanding of who's who. And it's going to facilitate extra context clues to bring more knowledge of what boundaries to place. Because once this goes into your 9th house in Pisces, you're going to start to see more evidence of everything your mind has been processing and you've been feeling secrets of. Because remember, as a Sagittarius sun, the 8th house Aquarius is 3rd house to you. So this is actually the element of your own attitude and how your communication, especially on the internet, interacts with dealing with the collective. And Saturn is really finalizing the rules of this. Now, because your moon is in Taurus, though, who you feel belongs with you in this grounded sense is what this Mercury is preparing for. Because by the time we're in May, you're going to now be hooked up with a community of people who resonate with you. So this is the period where you're like, nope, I like this one. Nope, I like this one. Ooh, this one's cool. Nope. Oh, this one's stupid. Nope, retarded. So like this is that not only selection process, but it's definitely preparing you for a deeper understanding moving forward of this 9th house explosion. Now, we also have to keep in mind that you have Uranus in Scorpio and Uranus is in Taurus. So that T square that's happening is what's going to, with Mercury in Aquarius, transform the element of your brain's ability to enhance your psychic senses. In other words, this is going to provide knowledgeable interface of experiences you knew were happening with people, but now they're snitching to you on themselves even more. And Mercury is in Scorpio on that Uranus, which is super psychic. So that Mercury square Mercury is taking this claircognizant wisdom and it's applying this unseen dynamic of what you're sensing with actual knowledge. It's basically like, and please confirm this because this should be happening now. It's like you'll feel it, like that person seems like they're full of shit, and then instantly they're full of shit. It's no lag. It's like no more lag. It's like people are able to finish synchronicities that you're picking up, and it's giving more grounded quality to your soul's ability to analyze in people's body language these frequencies. And then as a Sag, you literally see it. So that's also awesome because I think you're progressed into Aquarius during this period as well, amongst other things. Okay, so next we have Cheza out of nowhere. Cheza, being born in 84, is an angel of destiny chosen by True Destiny unlocking Uranus. So I want to speak to that a little bit because you had the audacity to be born on a new moon in Aquarius with the MC because you just told the universe, excuse me, I came here to be known and I'm going to innovate everything. You're one of those angels who is like, I'm just gonna teach you. You're one of the angels who just saw people just being bullshit, deceived by bullshit. And you're like, universe, I need to teach these people need to know. These people need to fucking know. And I'm about to be known for just innovating everything you know. And you're the angel who's like, your whole life is a lie. Hi, my name is Cheza. And they're like, whoa, how did you know I needed to know this? I just know shit. I can't stand Aquariuses like you. Y'all the Aquariuses who just finish people's sentences. Like, yeah, like, hold on. How are we gonna find the next step forward? Hi, my name is Cheza. I heard you needed me. How did you know we needed you? Like, this is what you do to people, and like, y'all need to chill. You need to chill. So this is interesting. Because this whole Mercury transit for you is just bringing back into focus the completion of everything that you're ready to teach. Because like Saturn going through the 9th is like me doing my 2.5-year diploma program. You're literally coming into a higher level of teaching, except you're the celestial queen as an angel. So the South Node Uranus aspect is so rare. And in Sagittarius, you're unlocking this unconventional sense of vision with other people. You're showing people the truth in such an advanced way, it uplifts them out of doubt they had. So if their egos can't accept that, they're going to call you a witch. They're just going to blame you for their inability to accept what they can't understand. And what's really key here is Mercury is going to really reactivate this unconventional understanding. It's just you have Saturn in Scorpio and Uranus is in Taurus. So what this is doing is it's bringing to the light the nature of how much more confident you are teaching the knowledge of who you are. In other words, basically, you are pulling receipts all day. And please comment exclamation mark if this applies. You are going from this transit proving to people the existence of angels to being that angel. And it's like you don't necessarily talk in a way where you're talking about yourself, because before you couldn't just be an angel because people didn't know what the fuck they were seeing. You had to teach them. Now you finished teaching them. Now you can go back to being that, like back to regularly scheduled programming. Your chart is extraordinary, by the way. Your chart is dope. The Capricorn power too, with the Jupiter, Neptune. I see you. That's what's up. And you got the Chiron. So Chiron square to the Aquarius is really more so than ever going to ground contextually the physical understanding of this higher knowledge, so you're not too out of touch. And you can also help heal other people's understanding because it aligned with your rising, will just kind of unlock elements of your destiny. What an honor. Okay, so next we have Mark Finezza. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, sir. So we know you are a 25-degree Capricorn rising as a part of GOAT Squad, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. If you're born 88, 89, and 90, I need to talk with you. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, especially if you're born 88 and 89, you have these three planets together at the beginning of Cap. It is such a rare alignment that coincides 257 years. Cheza, I got you. Okay, 65 years and 156 years. And all of us born in those years with Saturn and Capricorn, we have the ability to draw from imagination with Neptune, and then the causal mind with Uranus, draw all of that into material totality, the material universe with Saturn, and at an unconscious level manifest this. So you have people born after 92 and the late 90s and 2000s that are more advanced versions of this. But then you have us, which is the creation of this new model car, and then everyone before that are their own psychic versions of leading up to this culmination. So the reason why this is important is you have supernatural power that since 2020 has returned. Since 2021, you manifested the knowledge of this. And now once Saturn goes into Pisces, you are going to be blossoming the potential of this Saturnian power. This is such a huge deal. That's why if you're born in 88 and 89, you guys go through it first. And those of you who are born in 86, 87 with Saturn and Sag, you already went through that. You blossomed this through Saturn and Aquarius. So the Pisces transit, you changing the game. If you have Saturn and Sag, look, that's why I'm saying look at Andrew Tate. I'm not an Andrew Tate fan. I don't even agree with most of what he says, but he is here to break the matrix. Every single one of you with Saturn and Uranus and Saturn, you're all here to break. We're all here to break the matrix. Even those of us with Saturn and Uranus and Cap. But y'all in Sag, you're doing it first. You're doing it first. So y'all finna change the game. But those of you who got the 88, the 89, you're up first. We're 1990. We're going to come like closer to 2024, 2025. But you up first. And you're blossoming supernatural power that science will not catch up to until 15 years, once Saturn is actually like in Virgo and we can perform this socially. So like this is such a fucking huge deal because Mark, you're embodying this. So this is the nature. This is the nature of this power in alignment with your Cap rising as the fucking GOAT that you embody. And I love it because your sun and moon is in Leo. So you are actually the main character with this. You're the solar king with this. You're expressing the awesome potential on stage with this towards others, personifying this element of your personality with the self-knowledge to express this socially towards others. And this is where Mercury with Saturn is going to unlock and activate our destiny in Aquarius. It's just in 88, you have it in the beginning, at the end rather. And this is going to really unlock more of the masterful, knowledgeable processing of manifesting this knowledge. So you'll know more than ever the value you're manifesting to deal and perform that more towards others. And I want to say that in a way that is more badass and makes more sense. Because at this juncture, especially seeing that you have 0 degrees Jupiter in Cancer, and then, you know, there we go. You have Mars and Mercury, 28 and 23 degrees Leo. So the opposition of this is going to plug you and connect you with everyone who is a part of your soul tribe, like this community right here, so that you can now facilitate this pipeline. The thing that I appreciate about you, you're like Soldier Boy. You're the vice captain of our destiny group. And a lot of y'all are originating the creative portal needed to network out towards the collective with Aquarius. So you're manifesting destiny this lifetime. And Saturn at 29 degrees is going to complete the full-on blossoming of your karma here, bringing more to alignment the extraordinary quality and nature of your purpose. I just think the coolest thing about it, though, you have the eclipse on your MC and IC. So this is unlocking the foundation that'll enable you to transform your career. And then as a Leo, you get to be the badass performing this on stage and showing people this. So guys, I still have to make the Pluto's the secret path, initiation of the secret path. I don't know if I made that part 3 already. I'm going to look right now. If I didn't, I'm going to make sure I bust out that video this week because the North Node is already about to leave. I think I did. I did. Thank God. Okay. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to see if I can expand on it. I might make another emergency one because I want to revisit that concept. Basically, for all Pluto Scorpios, right? Neptune or the South Node unlocking your Pluto Scorpio. Yes, so the Leo risings, you just want to flip the analogy. It does apply for Leo risings, you just want to flip it as far as you just more so expressing that knowledge to other people versus identifying with it. So I did do the part 3. If you didn't watch part 3, check that out. I want to make a part 4, and that Pluto Libra, you're next. So I'm gonna do a when the South Node in August goes into Libra for Pluto Libra, y'all already came of age. You already had the Uranus opposition. So this isn't so much releasing power for you. This did this 20 years ago, as much as it is releasing the old direction you moved in. But Pluto Scorpios, you have latent energy that's just there that you haven't been using. Because if this unlocked earlier, you would have so much pure energy rushing through your body, you would just have unnecessary anxiety. Now it's just there, waiting for you to harness and channel. And the experiences through this Aquarius that's squaring it since unlocking is facilitating conflict and pressure in order for you to use it. That being said, brace for envy, because certain people aren't going to explain why you've advanced beyond them without certain traditional themes that make sense towards other people, because they're fucking stupid. Andrea, okay, I got you on a tarot, but before that, I think we have one more astrology. Aaron Gordon. So Aaron, ooh, okay, this is beautiful. So being born in 69, you have a cosmic soul. You're 28 degrees natural Queen Taurus rising. I love it. And your legacy is to be known. So with Saturn that's gone through this and is getting ready to go in your 10th, you're establishing your life's work. You're coming into more of your accolades. You're solidifying more of your notoriety for the knowledge you've already had in your soul, but all the work you've done. Now oh my God, your chart is ridiculous. You have Sun 28 degrees on Pluto 25 degrees. Oh, that's so crazy. That's so amazing. You must rip people a new asshole every day in the kindest of ways. I think you kill people with kindness for real. That is amazing, because to have such an extremely awakened sense of the 3D reality around you to where you can process details at such an extremely analytical level, I think that's going to scare a lot of people for how effortlessly you can see into what you see, which in and of itself would be one thing, but your moon is in Aquarius, so you know what it is you're analyzing. And goddamn, the reason why that's very controversial is no one can lie to you. And so you've pretty much lived your whole life in connection with destiny, carrying your entire society. And I feel like this is the part of your life where you're completing more of that karma. You're unlocking more of the hidden qualities of your spiritual beliefs and lifestyle that can facilitate so much more of, in retrospect of the past 20 years of your life, everything you've accomplished for other people. Like Saturn in that 12th house region is certain work you've done individually that you'll never get credit for. But you don't really need it, because you're going to get credit from beings beyond this space and from people at the creme de la creme and the top of society. However, this Mercury transit is finalizing your brain's ability to process what success means to you and what you're ready to do with that success, and what success you're ready to experience as this goes through Pisces. And because your North Node is in Pisces, that's what's preparing to align this extraordinary experience moving forward. And because your moon is in Aquarius, you're going to have a very extraordinary understanding of this. Thankfully, you have Mercury and Jupiter in Libra, so you will already have the social contextual ability to process very magically this element of this knowledge you're going to gain in this higher space, you already know who it applies to. For example, I don't have Libra in my chart. So I'm going to get this knowledge, and I have Gemini. So I'll exactly know what to say. But how to say it to other people, that's what Libra's for. And you actually have that. So that's where you already know where and what to say it to. And already having this Taurus rising energy, you'll facilitate whatever lack of Gemini with the Virgo you have to analyze. So it's not even a lack, it's just a reallocation. Okay. So Lauren, I got 30. I have a 1-card read. So I can give you a 2-card read. For the astrology, the minimum is 40. So I just want to make sure I'm reading that right as far as if you want tarot or astrology. Wow. That's awesome. And then Rook, I'm not sure. Alex, I got your PayPal. There we go. So we got Miss Frazier. I got you. Rook. Lauren, I got you. I'll do astrology for you. Rook, I'm not necessarily sure. Where you came from. All right. So Lauren, we know you're 4 degrees Pisces rising. Yep. Sun, Venus at 0 and 1 degree Aquarius. Beautiful. So that means you're 12th house Aqua. That's deep. And then 12th house cusp, 17 Aqua Mercury. So this is beautiful, Lauren, because a major facet of this for you is surrender. But you're surrendering to your own divine being. The 12th house Aquarius is a very extraordinary existence because a lot of what you know is hidden to you. But I like the Sun Venus aspect because this helps you activate this extraordinary beauty and this knowledgeable beauty, which advances the nature of manifestation through the portal of your own Pisces rising. So Jupiter in your 2nd house is actively expanding your worth. And Neptune that's in your rising is having you be an instrument of this transcendence, which is literally, because Pisces risings to me are like shapeshifters, but it's transcending the belief of your own physiology, where this 12th house Aquarian knowledge is facilitating knowledge of your own being that's not in science book. That's the tricky thing about being a 12th house Aqua. Your knowledge beats the news and it beats science. So like you have knowledge that's not written in books, and this is having you surrender to everything that you've been taught so that you can now integrate it with everything you believe about yourself. And this is that transcending knowledge that now activates the element of your magic that transcends logic, to where certain things don't have to make sense unless you want to make it make that sense. So I want to make sure this resonates because the 12th house quality of this is what's going to add a very extraordinary abstract nature to this, but it's not having you be bound to knowledge, but to create what the knowledge of this logic is. And I feel like Jupiter in Scorpio is what's going to expand the wisdom that you can transform psychologically with real time. Because when Jupiter is in Taurus and it grounds this expansion of this wisdom, you're going to be in a position to strengthen the attitude you have towards this. So Uranus is innovating how practically you can ground the skills of this abstract knowledge of your spiritual beliefs, to where what Mercury is doing is personally taking advanced knowledge and castles in the sky and now grounding it in practical appliances and real experiences that are no longer just in the sky, which is super awesome. And yeah, I'm really grateful, because people always love to hate on 12th house energy. And then people just don't understand the 12th house so much. That's why it's just going to be framed as something exceptionally negative. But this Mercury transit, especially as it leaves and goes over your rising, you're instantly going to process how to make sense of your own personality and integrate that all within your personality as well. All righty. Next, we have Mashika, who is an angel born at 88. Okay, we see your Sag moon and Aqua rising. I love it. So as an Aqua rising, this Mercury transit is definitely putting you in a position to realistically express the truth of how well you know thyself. And Saturn going through your first house is like starting a business where it takes 2.5 years to get it off the ground. You have been acquiring the extraordinary responsibility of knowing more of yourself as a representative of the collective, as a high queen angel, and your soul is ascended. So your understanding of this higher perspective gives voice to your soul through your personality. And this evolution of your attitude is what's going to expand the direction of how boldly you have reckless conversations that need to be had, so that this truth you exist as Gemini. This is where it's cool that your sun's in Gemini, because you have more flexibility in how to say what you say while still maintaining this knowledge of self. Where a certain Aquarius can get so fixed in what they are that they forget that they can just say things because they want to say things, right? But regardless, this definitely puts you in a position to personify this higher element of how you communicate who you are. It's just, as a Gemini sun, your awareness of this is going to download the philosophy of who you know yourself to be. So Gemini is the angel. You're coming into more knowledge of how to be this high noble angel. Okay, you're not just an angel, you're the high queen angel. You're the angel with higher authority that has this higher knowledge of yourself as an angelic being and can show others the higher meaning of this truth that you creatively express, which is super bad ass. Can't hate on that. I love that. All right, that looks like that's everything as far as the astrology readings. I got a birth chart from Rukia, but I'm not sure what you paid with. So I'm not sure if you sent a super chat, if you sent a Venmo, if you sent a card or PayPal, but I'm going to go to the tarot. Okay, Brittany, thank you so much for your patience. The Hot Empress, thank y'all so much for your patience. I'm going to start with the tarot now. So the Hot Empress, we do have the Sun card. Would you look at that? This Mercury in Aquarius and Pisces season is not only bringing great happiness, but you're awakening to your true purpose, and it's facilitating transformation. Look at that. 3 major arcana. This is intense. So this is amazing. Pluto awakening, and this is transforming everything. And I feel like this transformation is just bringing you into this new phase of just pure happiness, where you've completed all the lessons you had to learn, and now you can really just enjoy. everything that you've really set up for yourself. That was powerful. I've never seen a combination like that before. So I feel like you kind of blessed the rest of us just pulling this for you. And I feel like that's that energy you're going to bring around you. Christian Dixie, you are connected with destiny. You are at the right place. I think the nodes are on your rising and sun. You're at the right place at the right time. You want to be in a position to trust your next step and take risks, especially with the Queen of Wands. I feel like you may meet this queen who vibrates and resonates with you and reflects you. And she's like your good luck charm. And you're both meant to meet at the right time. And she expands and brings so much abundance and evolution to your life and vice versa. So Matt Wilcox, thank you guys for your patience. Matt, we do have the Four of Swords, which is speaking primarily of you gaining mental clarity and rest. And with the Queen of Swords, again, this could be a very passionate, sexy woman you have a one-night stand with, or no strings attached sex. Or this could very well just be someone who you talk to who helps clear your mind, someone who you're able to relax with and puts your mind at ease. Jocelyn. Only Oni, I just got your Cash App. Awesome. Only Oni, thank you so much for your chart. So Jocelyn, we do see the Chariot. The underlying theme of this reading for you is you're moving towards victory. You have maintained momentum. Keep that. Focus on the prize. Do not give in to immediate gratification. And as you keep this forward movement momentum, you are awakening to your higher purpose. And this is also awakening powers and abilities that will really reevaluate everything you've gone through your entire life to lead you to where you are now. Congratulations. That is freaking awesome. Only Oni. We know that you are not only a Virgo rising, but you have the audacity to have Saturn on your rising and Mars. So you are just a whole gangster out here in these streets. And you are one of the realest gangsters ever. You have a very intimidating personality. You can side-eye someone so hard, they will re-question their existence. Your moon is in Aries. You're a gangster on the inside too. You're a whole stepper on the inside. But you got the Cancer sun. So people be trying to gaslight and play you until you hit them with the side eye. Okay, the Saturn rising Virgo side eye is different than the normal Virgo rising side eye. So this is really cool because, Aquarius here with Saturn in Aquarius versus you having it in Virgo since 2008, you have fundamentally mastered at this point the routine and advanced lifestyle mechanics to live your life. It's clockwork now. You can replicate it. Like, we can take you anywhere on the planet and you can, having no resources, build a routine that's advanced that supports your lifestyle. Like, that's a huge deal. By the time Saturn is complete in Pisces, you can fulfill this service for other people. But this is the branch where it's like, oh, I've learned how to do this for myself. Once it's in Pisces, now you're teaching other people how to do what you, since 2008, have mastered. That's why I said the audacity. You are so on point. The audacity for you to be so on point. And then be original sincerity at the same time. You finish the Pluto opposition to your sun. And what's also very powerful about all of this, with Jupiter that's evolving your soul, by the way, this Mercury transit is really just going to help your mind process more extraordinarily the function of how much more to think with this element of extraordinary quality. Okay. And not just this element of extraordinary quality, but also putting you more than ever in the position to realistically make knowledgeable sense of how to live your life and even help other people live their life. Okay, so very fascinating. Next, we have Aaron Rose. Shout out to Rosie. Libra rising, Cap Moon Club, and the Leo Sun, giving you the Virgo signature. So, relative to the Cap Moon Club, right? What's very key about that, I would say, is you have awakened your soul with Pluto. This helps us be more comfortable in our own skin. But as a Libra rising, you understand innately, okay? You understand innately the integrity of people's characters as an artist. And that's what I love about this combination, because your existence in the 11th house, you are the light as an artist and performer that people are going to gravitate towards. And you have such great work ethic. Like I admire Capricorn moons with Leo suns, because you're the Leos that put in real work day to day to get the results that you want. All of you, and you're psychic as fuck, but from experience. But the Libra rising element of this, despite this incredible talent that you have, it enables you to exalt yourself, entourage and all, in a way that projects this light. So Aquarius, now coming in this 5th house nature, is the knowledgeable nature of your talent to put you, Andrea, I definitely got you, to put you in a position to realistically and creatively develop the nature of what you are creating so that you can perform this in the 11th. So like the 5th house is the substance of the knowledge as an artist that has you go into this extraordinary creation. And then the 11th house Leo is your performance of that to your circle of friends and audience. So Saturn is really completing at this stage the work you've put in to master your talents. Because once this goes into Pisces over the next 2 years, you are creating your dream life, basically, that can create and materialize this now that you've mastered this. So Mercury is going to really inspire you with a lot of creative ideas. But because you're a Leo sun, this is going to be the relationship you have with people who foster this sense of creativity so that you can know more the friends of the heart that exist with you. Bet. So next we have Andrea. Let's get it. Thank you for your patience. Is this person going to try to sabotage my career? Honestly, you can just run affirmations and write them out the picture and be like, this person can't sabotage it. But we do have, of course, justice. So even if they do try and sabotage your career, because you're in the right, they're just going to be exposed for what they're doing. We do have, of course, the Knight of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Knight of Wands could be a hell yeah, they're going to try to, but I think they're going to just walk away and give up. This could also be you deciding to move outside of your career. This could be you coming into new passion, seeing new possibilities, and then you deciding to walk away from where you're at because you've been inspired. This could also represent someone coming from out of town that wants to, connect with you. But as far as like the sabotage, I get the sense that they're more short-sighted and there's what they thought they were going to do. And then when they realize what it's going to entail to do that, they're just going to walk away and they're going to realize not to do that, or it's not going to be worth it for them. So next we have Lissandro. Alex Silva. Alex, we have, of course, the 4 of Cups. This is Moon in Cancer. You are at current emotionally contemplating, and as you sit with your feelings, new insight will bubble up. And with the Tower card, we do have unexpected upheaval. And it's interesting because I know you said you were born 420. And so this is, of course, the Mars card that puts you in a position to adapt to unexpected influences. This is talking about a strike of enlightenment. You're going to come into some information that's going to shake your world. And so you're going to have to reevaluate how you feel about everything and just sort through your emotions and not necessarily be perturbed by external 3D environments. Lillian Cooper. Lillian. Some people about to get hardcore reality checks. We do have, of course, the King of Cups, and we have that with the Two of Pentacles and Death. Let's get it, baby. So you are fundamentally transforming your finances, but this is also talking about the hands-on approach towards the productivity in your life and how it's bringing transformative results. Okay, something to keep in mind, because it's interesting. The King of Cups is really speaking of this calm, emotionally mature demeanor during this period that's going to really give you great insight and wisdom. But we are also seeing, relative to income streams, you're opening up a transformation of how you also actively come into this fortune and abundance as well. Okay, but with that Two of Pentacles, it's interesting because with the Death card, you may not really be in a position to see this level of transformation. And what I get from that is you may not see the effects of the work you're doing, but it is working and it is bringing out this transformation. Alex, I just pulled your card right before, so please make sure you see that. I don't think we have any more requests. So with that being said, I'm going to end this right here. This was definitely a W stream as always. You know what to do. I don't think we have any more. Got those Venmos. And yeah, y'all stay blessed as always. And until next time.